Hello, questers from around the world. Here we are, our live podcast. Wednesday night, trying to be on about 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Get in early, get out early. And from Canada, our queen of synopsises will be on shortly is Judy. Hello, Judy.
Hello, John. Hi, everybody. Good to be here. I think we have lots to discuss tonight. That was a lot of data last night. I got a little tired when I was doing the synopsis today, but I got it. We're ready to go.
Okay, let's get our hellos in here. Hello, J4J. Gloria. Hey, look who's in the house. Oak Island Research. How the heck you been?
Hi, guys. Haven't seen you in forever.
Hello, Donna. Hello, Luann. Hello, CYN. Hello, Carol. Hello, Christopher. Alava in the house. Alava. Scott. How you doing? GFM in the house. Our 7:30 startup time. The professor, Daniel Spino, is in the house. Daniel. Hello, Daniel. From Australia, Armstrong. Physical therapy. Oh, my lordy 40. Hello, Armstrong. Welcome to the channel. Hello, Gary. Yes, Oliver. Long time no see, John and Judy, he says.
Yes, it has been. And thank you for coming. It's good
Yep.
to know you're here.
Yep. We got years in here, you know what I mean? Years.
Great. A lot of years.
Yep. Hello, Vicky. Thanks for coming in. We'll wait for people to get the notification. If they hit the notification bell, Judy, they know, bingo, we're on. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
There's the
Hopefully
robot. If they hit that notification bell. There's David. Yes, last night's program, Graves Concern. Hello, Brenda. Next week, episode 11, best case on scenario. The Tuesday following after that, episode 12, mapping it out. In episode 13, February 25th, caissons ho, must be when they dropped their first caisson, Judy. In episode 13, we're about halfway through the season. I think we get about 26 to 25 episodes, Julie.
Right, yeah. So, well, I'm wondering if they'll put down more than one case on, but I guess we'll see.
Yep. There's our new member, Isabel Bouliette. Thank you for joining from France. I got to use Google Translate to know what the heck you're talking about. Glad for you to be aboard. And
welcome, Isabel.
Maria, hello. Thanks for coming in. Gloria, hello, hello, hello. Hello, meow. Thanks for coming in. Giselle, thanks for coming in and joining the show. Diane, the Questers, new names too, Judy. Some new names in there.
Yeah, so there is. That's great. I love seeing that.
I know we don't have Sydney in here, but you guys can hear Judy, right? Put it in chat. Usually Sydney lets us know before we continue. You can hear Judy.
I haven't seen. Yeah, Yeah, I haven't seen Cindy yet, but
We're early.
yeah, we are.
Diane says
Oh,
yes.
they can see.
Okay, good. Good.
Good.
All right, we're good to go, Judy. It's not ever doing the whole thing and I do the whole program and they can't hear you, before you do the synopsis and everything.
Right. Yeah, might be a good idea.
Yeah, Isabel, there's no automatic translation. If you talk to me on Discord or whatever, I can't find it. And there's the hook, Kathy, in the house. Everybody's welcome here. Now, let's thank my YouTube membership members. Some of them been with me over 4 years. Unbelievable. Isabel joined. I thank you so much. She just joined up. And Kay and Google Fun and David and Sandra, the tracker, Tammy, David, Patricia, Sideways, Super, Becky, Alina, Carol, Virginia, Gary, Rebecca, Barbara, Starlene, Jeff, Sandollar, Ray, Roxy, and Joanne for their continued support. Hello, Max Lab. I also want to thank who's on the phone now live, Judy, for all your support you do and help with the podcast on Wednesday nights and everything else you do behind the scenes. Judy, thank you so much.
You're welcome, John. I love it. I hope we can just keep going.
Yep. Daniel, the professor, for all his factual facts. And his partner, Charlotte, working on that Oak Island Compendium. Please join their blog. It's fantastic. Hello, Mookie Mott. I want to thank my moderators that keep everything going. That's Tammy, Judy, Daniel, Starlene, Kathy, and Tanya for Portugal. When we're sleeping, Tanya's working. Also, Jeff M., David B., and Gloria on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much. And our lifetime contributor, the Starman, Chris Dona. Most of our members are from the Quest of Oak Island Facebook group. We're hitting about 68,500. Staying steady. And we're just live to YouTube because of Facebook's craziness that won't do streaming from third party. We could go live for Twitter, but I do download this later to Twitter sometimes. Not many views there. We do belong to Twitch, Rumble. Discord, we're active. Instagram, I haven't been active, but we'll get back into it. And we're very nice and very good on Spotify for podcasters around the world. About 60,000 plays. There's Sydney. Hello, Sydney. And that's always moving up the charts, Judy. I always tell you about that Spotify.
Yes, and I can't get over the numbers. I think it's great. We are listened to all over the world, John.
Yep. A lot of people, they won't hit the like button or they join. Like I got 135,000 subscribers. We couldn't handle 1,000 people talking all at once, but they just don't hit the like button. They don't talk. They just watch. You know what I mean? You don't even know the numbers because you can't do a statistic because you don't even know the numbers. You know, Judy?
Right, exactly. It would be nice to know, John, but we know they're there.
Yep. Hello, Tommy. And here's my gang. There they are. Judy, the hook, Tanya, Daniel, Tammy, Jeff, David, Starlene, and Gloria. Don't forget, #hat tonight. We give away free Quest hats. In fact, I had to order another bunch. And it's free around the world. Just put #hat in this live chat. You have to be present to win, guys. Towards the end of the podcast, as you know, if you haven't won a hat, put in #hat. And if you did win a hat, we will redraw. Right, Judy?
Yes, John. And Meow Me says, I'm so happy with my gray hat. And he just got it a while back.
And then there's Daniel and Charlotte's the Oak Island Compendium, new edition. Please support them the way you support me. Fantastic stuff they got on there, recommendations for books, etc., etc. Give them a look. They're the best. Hello, Giselle Vogel. Did I mention her before?
No, I don't think so.
Of course, we support Tony Sampson, all aboard the boat tours around Oak Island. We haven't heard a thing, like I said, on the tours coming up for 2025. The minute I find out, we'll post it, or when they find out through their official web page or Facebook page, I'll pass it on to you guys. All right. Before we get into it, I got a little, maybe 2 rants. Not really a rant, just a question mark, scratching my head type of deal of what they showed last night.
Good.
Hello, Judith Neal. The first one, our professor Daniel Spino posted it on our Facebook group that I'll show you. I know they're calling it the hatch, they're calling it a vault, they're calling it all this stuff. I actually thought it was an outhouse or a well, but when I saw Rick lay down on top of this rectangular square feature, Judy, and he just stuck his arm in there, which your arm's about what? A man's arm, 28 inches or something. And he's on the bottom of the muck pulling up some objects and some bricks. It's too shallow, way too shallow. Then I was saying, well, maybe it's all full of muck and they got to suck it out with a big suction tube. That big machine they did on 10X. When they brought the little shop vac, I was laughing my rear end off. Hello, Patsy. So you know what I'm saying? When they brought out that little shop vac, I knew it wasn't deep. I knew it was shallow, just to pump out that little bit of water. I thought they were going to dig it out, see how deep it is, but it's too shallow.
Yeah, I expected them to bring out the big sucker machine that would take it all out of there, but no.
Yep. That's how small it was, and that's what threw me away. Yeah, it could be a false floor, but that's my impression. Usually, my first impression is pretty good. This is my own personal opinion. So Daniel came up with this in the old days with the root cellar. That could be, but when you hit the bottom so fast, like you say, it could be a false bottom. Hello, Kay Franks. Thanks for coming in. I found this. This image is in courtesy of New York City Landmarks Preservation Commission. They get all credit for this, whatever they need. Daniel says there might be another opening on top of the solid level.
Oh, okay.
Not sure. I mean, there had to be a cover or a top on the top if it was a cold storage. But this almost looks like the same thing we were looking at with all the bricks. And the bricks in the sides was really what got me. What do you guys think? Hello, Hobby's Hobo.
When I first looked at this, John, I thought that was the one on the island. It does look like it.
I don't know the dimensions of this. Maybe 4 feet by 4 feet, maybe a little bigger. But it's like you got a million cobblestones around the island, right, guys? Cobblestones all over the place. Why are they using bricks?
Yes, true.
Or an ice storage box. And if they're finding bricks on lot 5, well, it's like if you got a refrigerator in every house. You know what I mean? If it was a British encampment on lot 5, well, you got to put your cold storage someplace because it gets warm there. You know what I mean, guys?
Right. Yep, they had them. Farms here still have them. They don't use them, but they're there.
Yep. And that's what threw me off is how come it's not all cobbles? What's these bricks got to do with it? And I still am looking for an answer for that. Why are they using bricks? Because it closes it off tighter for things coming up through the bottom. I haven't found that out yet. There wasn't
Meow says, and why the storage in a wet area for fish? But I was questioning that too. Why would they put one in where there's water?
No, it was in a meadow at the time. In the 1800s, it was in the meadow.
Oh, okay.
And Hobby says, yeah, 10 feet below that, another layer. 10 feet below that, oh my lordy 40, not another money pit.
Daniel says, looks similar, yes. They still have to fully excavate the island feature and we'll know for sure.
Yeah, but, like I said, Daniel, when he just threw his arm down there with that small little vacuum cleaner, I thought they were bringing the big vac, suck it all out, put it in a dumpster, and then scan it with Gary's metal detector. So that's what threw me into these smaller root cellars.
Now, Cindy says maybe they had a tripod over it with a rope connected to the pail with the hook and used a crank to lower and raise it. Good thought.
Well, how are you going to pick up your food with a crank and a pail if it's below? You got to grab it with your hand or something, or you got to walk in there to grab your food.
Well, you could, unless it's in a like a pail or something.
Everything has to have something in a pail with a hook. Every little bit of your food has to have a pail and a hook to get it out of there.
Right.
Otherwise you got to walk in there. Well, I want some cabbage today. Oh, it's not in the pail. How the hell you get that out of there?
That's true. That's true. J4 says fired bricks have different thermal properties, may hold cold better, and keep heat out.
Very good, J for J. I like that. Sold.
Yeah.
So that's the difference when I saw the bricks. So, but when they got to push us to, it's could be a vault. Well, it looks like it would be like put in there with a treasure chest. I'm going, Rick, please.
Right. I know I was too. And Daniel says, I think it was definitely a type of cold storage root cellar.
Now, what do you guys think about, Rick's a dreamer, okay? You know that. And right. Science supposed to tell the facts. We're going by science. Oh my God, science. What do you guys think of when he's coming up with this thing and doesn't say a root cellar, doesn't say a well, but he goes straight vault, back door and stuff. What do you guys think? Is it getting a little bit too much? This is my own opinion. Yeah, Luann, they were stacked off too much because they were moving the bricks there. They just weren't stacked there.
Yeah, Scott says it probably had some type of top on it or building. I know the one on my husband's dad's farm had a one kind of a cabin-looking thing on top of it.
Like an old big door that they would take off it. They can't do hinges on the stone, so some kind of covering, obviously, for animals. But I think Rick's going a little bit too far out there. My own personal opinion. Maybe it's because of the years I got watching this.
Yeah, like Daniel said, he pushes a treasure narrative constantly, and that's true.
They found a little bit of wood. Very good, David. Too much treasure talk. Oh my lordy forty. Well, I'm just saying, it's my own personal opinion. Just nobody knows exactly what it is, but I think that's why Laird is quiet when Rick is talking, because Laird is a straight shooter. You know, when he found that glass and Rick just sticks his hand in that muck, I was thinking, oh no, he's not going to drink this water.
Didn't think of that.
You know, well, let him drink this water, and he sticks his hand in there with a broken glass, bottom of a jar. No gloves on, no nothing, just sticking his arm in the mud. And I don't know. He's crazy.
Scott Lonsbury says a pretty small opening for a back door to a chamber. Yes, I agree.
There's Ray. Thanks for coming in, Ray. All right, here's my second one, guys. We've been on Lot 5 digging for what, 2 seasons now? 3 seasons?
Yes, 3, I think now.
They're digging down how many levels? We're getting down to the bottom of this feature.
Okay.
How the heck do they find this peg by Robert Young down levels that he found that half silver coin? Now, does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. It really didn't.
This wasn't on
But he
top.
must have found.
You know, this wasn't on top. This was on the bottom. I mean, he put all the stones around that opening that we had pictures before. Remember that? He put all those rocks and boulders around to make the circles. Robert Young did.
That's right, too. Yes.
Now, if you got a find, and this was found below the surface where they're digging, that means he's already in there.
True. Yes.
How do you come up with this find in your dig? You know what I mean, guys?
Yeah, John. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
You know, it's like you dig something down 10 feet, and you find a marker. John was here. Well, what the heck did he find here? Does it make any sense? No.
Right.
What do you guys think? I want your opinion on this, and then we'll get Judy to do the synopsis. The two things was, for me, the square feature, the vault that they're calling a vault, in this peg that was buried, or maybe it broke off, but how did it get below ground? If it was on the surface where he found that silver half Spanish coin, did the top break off that was on the surface all this time? But no. What do you guys think?
I honestly don't know, John. It makes sense him using markers to show where he found different things. That part makes sense.
Yes, Scott, he dug up the area. Obviously, he's got his catalog of everything that he's found there. And then he put all the round stones around the area. We had photos of the round stones he put in the round area prior for them getting in there to dig. You remember that, Judy?
Yes. Yes, he did.
Very, very strange. Yeah, Meow, he's got the Robert Young's cataloged everything he found with those pegs with a number on it. A nice cross-reference. Or Jack called him up, he cross-referenced it and told him exactly what was there.
And Daniel says it shows that different artifacts from different times are mixed together, making the story difficult to discern.
They're doing this on purpose,
True.
Daniel. Getting me more confused in my old age. Hello, Lewis.
Yeah, Scott Lonsbury says maybe the peg got covered up when he backfilled the area.
Could be, could be. Max Lab. I'd like to see the cellar pick next to the one on Oak Island. Well, if you can
Yeah, he
do it,
wants to see.
screenshot
Yeah,
it.
your pic-
Screenshot it and do it. I'm not too good at that.
Good.
Hello to you
Give it
too,
a try.
Franklin Doll. And that's the shows that are coming up. So that was my questions. We'll get more into it as we go through the screenshots and everything. So they're getting way more confused in episode 10 than I was on season 1, episode 1. Daniel says, I don't think so. I think it's just filtered down into the ground. Could be, Daniel.
Yeah, just through the ears, worked its way down, right? Yeah.
All right, guys. Judy, you got your wine, you got your beer, you got your water ready?
Yes, I'm ready, John. I
Yeah.
think.
I just wanted to put that out there so you get all those ideas about that peg and supposedly root cellar. So everybody's mind sort of goes in the different directions to get different ideas from everybody. That's what I like. Don't forget.
Yeah, me too. I enjoy hearing from everyone.
Don't forget hashtag hat. Win a free hat around the world later on, and we'll draw it. If you want it, we'll redraw. And you have to send it to the Quest of Oak Island at AOL.com, where I do all the information. I can get you out tomorrow morning. International, I need your phone number. Stamps.com won't mail it for international. Right, Judy, the queen of Synopsis, your picture's up for the world to see. Go ahead. I thank you so much. Take care.
Okay, here we go, guys. Season 12, Episode 10, Gray's Concerns. Episode 10 opens in the northern area of the swamp where Billy is digging on the stone pathway and around the square structure found last week. Gary, who is metal detecting, looks down and sees a small piece of pottery. He hands it to Laird, and he says it is earthenware from the 1860s to the 1870s, so could be from Anthony Gray's, whose home was just a few feet away. Gary's beeper then goes off as he detects in and around the square structure. They pull up a 2-foot-long piece of pipe made of brick and is about 2 inches around. Laird takes it to the lab as the others continue searching. Later, in the war room, the team is meeting with Professor Michael Pizzaria from Brock University in St. Catharines, Ontario. He is giving them test results of the wood found in Shaft 2 that they believe was dug by researchers in 1804. The professor dates the wood to 1784, and Rick states that date could mean it is not Shaft 2, as it is 21 years before the Shaft 2 was constructed. Jack, of course, asks if it could be from early depositors. Ian then points out this wood could also be reused wood from an earlier construction when the shaft was built in 1804. Steve points out that shaft 2 is 14 feet southeast from the western wall of the head and shaft, so they could be close to the money pit as it lies within this area. Back in the money pit area, the team has begun drilling new borehole H.5, 10.5, which Steve mapped out while measuring 14 feet from shaft 2 to the original spot of the money pit. They are now in the area of the head shaft where Dr. Spooner found high traces of silver and gold. Meanwhile, in the northern region of the swamp, Rick and Tom have arrived at the square structure in order to get Tom's take on it. He says he and his dad did find 2 wells in this area, but never anything like this. At this point, Rick pulls up the bottom of a glass jar from inside the structure. Laird dates this to the late 1800s and says it is machine made. They decide this could be from the time Anthony Graves lived here. Rick then speculates this structure may be a vault constructed by Graves to hide the Spanish real coins he used to purchase items on the mainland. Katia is detecting in the hole and the beeper goes off. Rick puts his arm in and pulls up a piece of iron that looks like the handle off of a chest. Tom declares that they need to excavate this structure carefully. Over on Lot 5, the archaeologists are digging, and Jack appears and states that the rock walls of the structure are popping. Fiona points out we are still high up, and she's still not sure where it's going. Ethan then digs up what Fiona says looks like one of Robert Young's tag spikes he used in the 1990s to mark his findings here. Each tag is numbered, so Jack calls Laird and asks him to look up this number in the database. It turns out to be 1/2 of a Spanish real coin from 1781, like the coins used by Graves. They will dig deeper. Meanwhile, in the money pit area, a core from 146 feet down in borehole H.5, 10.5, hits the table, and Terry finds wood slivers and chunks. Charles says this is 22 feet below the bottom of the head and shaft, and this area was searched by Edwin Hamilton in the 1940s. Hamilton added a 6 by 6 foot extension to the shaft at that time and hit a structure. Could this be what he hit? Is it the chapel vault? A core from 173 feet down comes up and contains 10 feet of situ, or solid material, meaning they were finished with this hole. Terry declares they need a new target. Over in the swamp, the team has uncovered more of the square structure, and Katia is detecting. The beeper rings, and Rick decides they need to drain the hole to take a look. He inserts the hose, then sees and pulls up a 2-foot-long round piece of wrought iron that they believe could be a hook or pry bar. Tom mentions it could have been used to lower or raise articles in the hole. Rick feels nothing more in the hole, and Tom says if Graves built this, it's a great hiding place. The episode ends the next day in the lab where Emma is giving the test results of the 3 artifacts found in the swamp the day before. She had put the 3 items through the XRF and CT machines. The handle shows to be made of wrought iron, and they now believe it to be a crank, not a handle, because of its shape and the square hole on one end. The hooked rod dates to the mid-1800s, which was the time Graves lived here. The pipe and crank date to the late 1700s, so before Graves' time on the island. Laird states that if the feature is earlier than the artifacts, it could have been made before the discovery of the money pit. Graves was a secretive man, so he could have built the square structure to hide a treasure of Spanish real coins. And are they connected to the one found on Lot 5? Rick declares more digging and research is needed on this square. What will they find, questers? Join us next week to find out. And in the meantime, stay safe, please.
Very good, Judy. Very good.
Thank you.
You made it.
I'm not quite with it tonight, guys. Sorry about that.
Yep, a lot of information there.
There is.
A lot of information. It'll be posted on our Facebook group, The Quest of Oak Island, in text, so you can read it at your leisure. Later on, after I download that and the show and the screenshots. Very, very good. Judy from Canada, the Queen of Synopsis.
Thank you, everybody. I have to admit it was a long one today, so I was ready for it to be done.
Now you can rest till next week.
Yes, right.
All right, let's go through some screenshots there. Got about 80 of them, I think. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Virginia. Thanks for coming in. Well, this is where they're digging. We're supposedly, I don't want to call it the root cellar. What should we call it? Just a little square angled. We don't know yet.
Yeah, big question mark is what it is.
Yep. Just to give you a location. There's Billy digging away. Started out in the swamp. Still unbelievable that they never knew this thing was there all this time with all the scanning and all the information they had. I just can't believe it. It's a square structure. It should show up, you know.
I know, John. I think we all question that. Why are they digging on it now when they could have a long time ago? Oh, Daniel says, let me say this. The narrative of Farmer Graves clandestinely burying treasure on the island is one of the more over-the-top theories that have been pushed on the show, in my opinion.
Very good, Daniel. And like I said, every week that we do these live podcasts, I tell the production company, please, either find something or not before I die. Thank you very much.
That goes for me too.
I should make a recording to that.
Yeah, really.
For the 350 people that say the same thing I say, I'm speaking for them. Please find something or nothing before we die. Please.
Yes. I want to know.
We're back in the swamp. Now, okay, we're going back to looks like a stone road with the cobbles. And there she be, like David said, the hot tub.
Yes.
And just what throws this off is the bricks. You know what I mean? To me, it throws it off, or it gives a special signature. Why are they using bricks in this construction? The well can be cobblestones on the inside, bricks on the inside. That's why I was going that direction.
Could it be, John, they're using bricks because they were already there, because they'd been making bricks on the island?
Yep, could be. Why don't you use these babies? We're making them right here.
Right, yes.
Daniel said the long-standing gossip of graves finding treasure because they used Spanish silver coins is silly because a lot of people used these coins at that time in Nova Scotia. Thank you, Daniel. I think they should get a permit. Hello, Tony, our cabin in the woods. I think they should get a permit right now to excavate where they know each house is and excavate it. What do you think, guys?
I think that'd be an excellent idea.
We got the McGinnis Foundation. We got the Ball Foundation. Let's get the rest of them. Wherever these other houses were, even though it's all torn down and ripped apart, got to be some kind of foundation underneath. They didn't take the cobbles out, or maybe they did. I don't know.
And there were several houses on the island at one time.
Yep. Anthony Graves owned all these lots from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, and 20.
Right. Wow.
They uncovered numerous man-made structures. And here we go. The 500-year-old stone road, which I think this place was a wharf, but that's on my own personal opinion. The massive paved feature, which just was a wharf, in my own personal opinion. Or if they were digging blue clay out of the eye of the swamp and selling heavy, heavy blue clay, you would have to have heavy, heavy paved area to haul it out of there, Judy.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that stuff weighs a lot. Giselle was saying, wouldn't his kids have found this along with the 2 wells when searching his property? It's hard to know that.
Yeah, possibly. Who knows? That's all we know is this hot tub was in the meadow. I guess it was dry. That's all we really know, Judy.
Right, exactly.
Here they are with the vacuum cleaner. I had to crack up. A small little shop vac. I said, oh my lordy 40, holy Muyan.
I have to admit I was shocked. I was.
This was sort of a piece they took out of there, the first piece. Now we go to the war room. We have the results today from Shaft 2, or do they know it's Shaft 2 now, Judy? They don't know.
No, they don't. So now they're calling it Shaft 2 with a question mark.
Yep. Hello, Steve Vaness. Thanks for coming in. So now we don't even have Shaft 2. We got Shaft 2 with a question mark. That's how Steve labeled it. Lordy 40, holy Muyan. And there he is. The professor of earth sciences. There he be.
And I want to know that university is not far from where I live, and I've had family members go there. Well, that was nice.
Hello, Gary. Thanks for coming in.
Daniel says the lab is suctioning off their budget. Shop back now. Okay, Daniel, gotcha.
Testing the old wood again. This is supposedly, they said, shaft 2, and what'd they say? It's 14 feet away from shaft 2, and they don't know if this is shaft 2 or it's older wood they repurposed. Oh, man, oh, Shevitz, Lordy 40, please.
Yeah, I really had to think through my synopsis because they seemed to mix everything up last night, and I found it a little hard to keep things straight.
Hello, Richard. Richard's here. Thanks for coming in, Richard. Yeah, they got me completely lost. Turned around, upside down and dizzy when I watch the shows now. And pretty soon I won't be able to even talk when I'm on this podcast because I don't know what the hell they're saying.
I know last night, really, there was a lot of data, John. There was.
Or when they're talking in circles and I talk in circles normally, I'm going to be in trouble here. Take care, Kathy. We'll see you soon. Thanks for all you do for me.
Yeah. Good night, Kathy.
There is no order of what they do. They just jump all over the place, and the editors jump all over the place. There is no order. There has never been no order of what they've been doing. But the show still gets 1,000 million viewers every Tuesday night. So just keep on going. I'm in it to the end like everybody else. But just make it a little easier on my eyes, will you please?
For sure, John.
And there he is saying the date of 1784. Yep, Richard. I thought, I don't think it'd be a grave, but, with Anthony Graves in their title, they clickbait us. You know what I mean, guys? You know what clickbait is?
Yes, John. That drew us all because we thought, are they going to find a body?
They know what they're doing. But they can't fool me no more after they show me that golden doorknob. They can never trick me again.
You're never going to forget that one, I'm sure.
Oh, I went out on a limb on that. When they showed me that, I said, oh, my God, here we go. It was a doorknob. Never again. Trick me once, and that's it. We're Johnny. That's it. Golden doorknob. Lordy 40. Holy Muyan. And this is part of the shaft that they're talking about, which they don't even know it's shaft 2. So we had to put up with that.
Daniel says that last date is very interesting, and I'll be explaining more next week. Okay. He likes to keep us coming back, too. Daniel does.
Yep. I remember when they were digging their head and shaft, that they pulled up a big piece of tin or metal that they put on the bottom of the shaft to keep it open. You remember that when the grabber of the claw grabber in the caisson, they picked up a big piece of metal.
Yes, I remember that clearly.
And that came out from the bottom of the shaft because that thing would go down the shaft. They would dig it out, then drop it lower, dig out, then drop it lower, so the dirt wouldn't come in on the sides. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. And Gloria says, don't forget the lipstick case, John.
Oh, don't remind me, please. Oh, holy moly, Lordy 40, the lip case. Oh, please. Please. You're killing me. But if they know that's not it's not shaft 2, why do they give us all this information? We can project 14 feet out if they're not sure it's shaft 2. So I don't know where they're going. So I just saw a bunch of maps and I photographed a bunch of maps.
Oh, there you go. Hopefully they'll find what shaft 2 is, if it's not shaft 2.
You would think Sam Ball's property would have. I thought the McGinnis sister said there was a storage place on Sam Ball's property, but you'd think a cabbage farmer would have a lot of cold storage around his lot where he wasn't farming. You know, guys?
He certainly had to put it somewhere to keep it fresh.
Not unless he timed it right when he knew the boat was coming in to take the cabbage out, you know.
Right. Could be. Daniel says, "Oh, and don't forget Samuel Ball's cane topper of gold."
Oh, you're killing me, guys. You're killing me. I'm trying to forget those moments. Well, that's really going to probably put a case on right on the side of head and shaft. Or going to be hitting the head and shaft because it's still in there. But that's where Dunfield dug. He dug that all out over there. Am I not right?
Yes.
Because when he dug it out, it showed the whole shaft going all the way down the side of the hole. Remember?
Right, they did.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
You're not going to like this one, John. Still no info on the blue jewel. Let us not forget that, Scott says.
Blue jewel. You got that right. It just keeps on going. It does it, guy. It just keeps on going.
It does.
When people were asking me all the time on these maps how the drill floats, and that's what those marks are, how the drill goes off marks, and that's how it travels. It hits a rock or something, it goes to the right, to the left, it hits a boulder. I don't know if we can go through a lot of it, and it just veers off. You know what I mean?
Right, yes. Thank goodness we got you to tell us what that is, because I wouldn't have known otherwise.
But I don't know how would they know that location underground, 150 feet below ground, if the thing went off 15 feet. Not unless they had a GPS button on the casing of the end of the drill to show it traveling. You know what I mean?
Right, true.
Otherwise, how would they know? How would they know it went off 5 feet this way and 2 feet that way? Not sure on that technology yet, guys. And there we are. I had to bring that sausage table up. 140 feet around and 100 feet deep, Steve. Another picture of where C1 is to get your location in. The garden shaft is a has-been that's way up on top. Back to the swamp. Vault-like structure. There you go. Vault-like structure.
Boy.
And this is when he stuck his hand in there and it wasn't going all the way down and deep. And that's what I said. Nope, it's not a well. Too shallow. But then
really,
does it have a false ceiling? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Right. If you think about it, Rick was the only one that really brought up the vault idea, and the others just kind of went along.
Well, that's what they do. That's the show.
Yeah.
That's why I say if Laird said something, maybe he won't be around. You know what I mean?
Right. True.
Production doesn't want to hear that. They want to hear the narrative. Treasure, gold, Nolan's Cross, all that stuff. There's that piece of glass Judy was talking about. And Laird right off.
It looks like the bottom of a mason jar to me.
Laird says it's a machine made. It would be a jar right off the bat. There comes Gary Drayton's daughter. There's the pile of bricks they were piling up, which got me searching for root cellars with bricks, which you've seen. Here we are on lot 5, digging down. Here we are back at the swamp with that crank. And they said it was a handle from a chest. Unbelievable. Everything's a chest, a treasure. It's just a hand crank. There's another view of the things they found in the supposedly vault. Now we're going back to lot 5. Digging that whole lot up, Judy.
Yes, they'll end up doing that, or at least on end of it for sure.
Has to be some kind of encampment that close to the shoreline. Maybe a British encampment. There's the gang. There's the scope of the lot. There's the peg. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Peg 5-025 point. You got it. 1781. Spanish half. It's a silver one, Laird says. Borehole H.5-10.5. Back to the sausage table. This is what they're looking for. Wood.
Those were small pieces. So I was surprised when they made a big deal out of it.
Yeah. Hamilton hit the early 40s. There's actually the head and shaft with the Hamilton extension on it. Lots of wood in there, Judy.
Yes, sure is. It's a long way down.
I suppose you hit a mystery wooden structure at the depth of 153 feet. Why in God's name would somebody put a treasure down 150 feet?
Really?
On this island. And of course, as Terry says, this hole is over.
Yep.
Undisturbed soils. That could mean that we're only mere feet away from what? The vault, right, Judy? On the money pit, we're always close.
Yep, always. Money pit's always not far away.
Here they are at their supposed vault, or our root cellar. And that's how deep it is. I think it's only about 4 feet deep. Very narrow. So you'd have to pack things up. But like people are saying there, maybe it's a fake floor and it goes to a hatch or a back door. What the hell do I know? You know what I mean, guys?
Right, but it sure wouldn't be easy for a human to get down that if that is a shaft.
Or a small entrance
Not very
way.
big.
Yeah, small entrance way.
Yeah.
And there's that rod. There's that hook. Thought it was a pry bar. Back to the lab. All right. Now we're going to go and meet Raymond. Since I have to pay him $38 a month, we'll have him narrate Daniel and Charlotte's synopsis on the show. I just put some pictures together. I don't use sometimes Daniel's pictures, but you go to his blog. He's got it nice and professionally done. You can see it there. But this is for the world to see on YouTube A lot of people don't go to Facebook, Judy, as Judy knows, and they just go on YouTube. They don't go to Facebook to see. So this is for the world to see Daniel and Charlotte's work. So let me know if you guys can hear it and see it in chat. Let me know. It's 8 minutes and 50 seconds long. You ready, guys?
Yeah, it's a good one, guys. So take a look.
Season 12, Episode 10, Graves Concerns Artifact and Feature Analysis by the Oak Island Compendium. In this week's episode, Graves Concerns, the show began with the Oak Island team working in the North Swamp area, where a hidden structure was previously found. While working in the area, a piece of pottery was discovered. Archaeologist Laird Niven inspected the piece and called it earthenware from the 1800s ES, which the team speculated may have belonged to Anthony Graves. The team explored the cavity and found a piece of iron pipe that would be sent to the lab for further analysis by Emma Culligan. The action shifted to the war room, where the Oak Island team met with Dr. Michael Pizarnik, who was asked to complete dendrochronology testing on the wood samples taken from what the team called Shaft 2, which they suspected was the shaft dug by the Truro Company in 1804. Dr. Pizarnik relayed the results of the testing and gave the date of 1784 as being the date the wood was cut. It should be noted that there can be a variance involving dates using this method due to, among other things, not knowing the exact date the wood was used. The team seemed baffled by the results and speculated that perhaps the Truro Company may have used old wood. We were then taken to the Money Pit area, where the Oak Island team began drilling in a new borehole called H.5-10. 5. This spot was mapped out by surveyor Steve Guptill, using the location of what they believe is Shaft 2 and estimating the 14-foot distance to the original Money Pit location. This brought the zone into the Heddon Shaft, where the team decided to explore based on the high metal readings that Dr. Spooner and associates claim was coming from this area. The team believes this is the right spot due to multiple searchers coming to the same conclusion. This includes Robert Dunfield, who dug extensively in this area. We were then taken back to the North Swamp area, where the Oak Island team continued their work in the square feature. After searching, a piece of glass was found. Archaeologist Laird Niven stated that it looked like it was a bottom of jar that was machine-made, and he gave the date as the late 1800s. This was again attributed to Anthony Graves, who owned the house very close by. Tom Nolan was consulted about this feature, and he mentioned that his father had found 2 wells near this area, but this was unlike anything they had seen before. Metal detectorist Katya Drayton worked the area and had hits on her detector. More bricks were noticed in the hole. The team then discovered what appeared to be an iron handle. It was speculated that it was from a treasure chest and will be sent to the lab for testing. The action then took us to Lot 5 excavation area, where the Oak Island team continued its work in the stone foundation near the circular structure. Archaeologist Fiona Steele located what appeared to be one of Robert Young's tag spikes that he used in the 1990s to mark the areas where he found artifacts. It was mentioned that Laird Niven had access to the database of Robert Young's finds and could match the artifact with the spike that was found. The team contacted Laird, and he indicated that the artifact was a 1781 Spanish silver half-real coin. This launched speculation that this was part of the fabled Oak Island treasure, and they would need to dig deeper to find more. The scene shifted back to the Money Pit area, where the Oak Island team continued its drilling operation in borehole H.5-10. 5. At a depth of 146 feet, the team encountered pieces of wood in the core sample. It is speculated by Charles Barkhouse that they may have hit an area worked by Edwin Hamilton in the 1940s, who worked on an extension of a shaft already laid down. Further drilling to a depth of 173 feet revealed in situ material, so the borehole was declared dead and closed for further drilling. Another location would be chosen next in this area of interest. We were then taken back to the North Swamp area, where the Oak Island team continued their excavation of the square feature. Metal detectorist Katya Drayton scanned the area and mentioned it was odd because the brick in the feature was giving off a metallic readings. After more probing, what was described as a hook or pry bar was found in the cavity. It was speculated that it could have been used in lifting treasure in and out of this cavity. It would be sent to the lab for further metallurgical testing by Emma. The episode concluded at the lab, where archaeometallurgist Emma Culligan and archaeologist Laird Niven gave the results of the testing completed on the objects found at the Lot 11 square feature. Emma told the team that she completed an XRF and CT scan of the objects. The handle was very encrusted, and the tests revealed that it was made of wrought iron. What was first identified as a handle was now thought be a crank. Archaeologist Laird Niven stated that he is a skeptic of treasure on the island, but he can't dispel that the square feature was used to hide something. Emma stated that the age of what appeared to be a hook dated from the early to mid-1800s S, which would match the time when Anthony Graves was on Oak Island. The pipe and crank dated to the late 1700s S, which does not match Graves' time on the island. This led to speculation that Anthony Graves found and was protecting treasure, based on the geographical location of his house and the story of him using Spanish coins as currency. Analysis. Anthony Thickpenny Graves was born January 1, 1812, in Chester, Nova Scotia, to Philip Graves and Charlotte Augusta Thickpenny Hutchinson. Anthony was first married to Catherine Elizabeth Seaboyer until her death in 1875. He then remarried Anna Elizabeth Zink in 1879. They were married until Anthony's death on February 26, 1888. Anthony and Catherine had 11 children. The most famous was Sophia Elizabeth Graves, who was born on October 19, 1845. She would later marry Henry Sellers, and her oxen fell into a collapsed pit while farming on Oak Island in 1878. Sophia Sellers had obtained her land from her father, Anthony Graves. Graves purchased his first Oak Island lots, 15, 20, along with Frog Island from Henry Stevens in 1857. Stevens purchased the land from the Smith family after the death of John Smith just 2 months before he would sell the land to Graves for the same purchase price. Graves, on his marriage certificate, tax and land records, was listed as a farmer. In 1861 he leased Lot 18 and the Money Pit area to the Oak Island Association, along with the old Smith farmhouse as a base of operations, where the infamous 90-foot stone resided. This agreement lasted until 1866 and continued for about a year with the renamed Oak Island El Dorado Company until they ceased operations. Graves was known to go to Chester and pay for goods with Spanish coins. This would later launch speculation that Graves found treasure on Oak Island. Although it is a documented fact that such currency was used commonly at the time in Nova Scotia due to widespread trade with the Caribbean, there is no evidence that Graves ever found any treasure on Oak Island. Graves farmed his land in relative peace and tranquility. The objects found in the square feature seem to be normal objects a farmer would own on Oak Island. Considering Graves was a farmer, it is very likely that he had a root cellar to keep his produce cool before there was refrigeration. The square feature is very close to his farmhouse and could very well be the remains of such a root cellar, much like Samuel Ball had on his property. There seems to be a hard top in the feature, which was common in these types of constructions and appears to have filled up with water over time. One of the possible clues is the glass jar that was found in the feature. It could have been used to store fruit or vegetables. This seems to be a more plausible conclusion than the feature being a vault used to hide a cache of gold and silver coins. Please follow our weekly episode analyses during the season, along with our Throwback Thursday articles from the original Compendium Blockhouse blog, and special investigations and features involving Oak Island. Feel free to reach out to us for questions, comments, information, and any theories to our email, theoakislandcompendium@gmail.com. Please visit www.theoakislandcompendium.com for this article and our other content related to the Oak Island mystery. Good day from the Compendium.
Very, very informative, Daniel and Charlotte. Very, very good.
Excellent, guys. I always look forward to your analysis.
All right. Don't forget, hashtag HAT hat. We're going to do the drawing for our free quest hat. We got 10 entries. And if your name comes up that you've won one, we'll redraw, Judy, right?
Right on. That's more than we've had in a while, John.
Yep. Yep. All right. Let me share that screen. I hate we screw this up, but and there it is. We got 10 entries. Good luck to everybody. 1 out of 10 chances. You ready, Judy?
Yep, we're ready. Good luck, guys.
Yep. Hello, Tammy Williams coming in the chat.
Oh, hi, Tammy.
Here we go, Judy.
All righty.
Got to be present to win. Pot C. Is he in the house?
Congratulations. Yes, he is here. I know, I saw him.
Don't forget, if you're international, I need your phone number. And when you...
There he is.
Very good. Very good. And
yes,
if you're United States, please give me a nice name, address, city, town, zip code, nice and clear. And it'll be great. Very, very good.
Yep, congratulations, Pot C. I know you've been waiting.
Pot C is a winner. Email quistavocisland@aol.com. All right, Judy. That's all I got for tonight. I'm exhausted. And we'll see him next week. Next week is episode 11, best case on scenario. So, Judy, if you want to say your goodbyes, I'll say my goodbyes, and we'll see him next week.
Okay, everybody. It was good. A good night. I had fun. I thank you all for your encouragement always. I want you all to enjoy the show next Tuesday night, and please always stay safe until we're together again. Good night, all. Good night, John.
Okay, take care, Judy. I'll be talking to you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, guys. Like I said, I'll see you next Tuesday, pre-show, between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Next Tuesday's pre-show of episode 11, best case on scenario, with some screenshots of the promo they showed us last night. And you'll be with Judy and me next Wednesday night at 7:30 for all the screenshots, everything that we do from Daniel and Charlotte and everybody. I love all your input. You guys are fantastic. But remember, guys, what do I tell you? Remember, members, always go forward. You may get a setback in your life, but just believe in yourself. Believe in your dreams, no matter how old you are. For tomorrow's a never given. Never. In this crazy, crazy world we live in, we need a ton of prayers and miracles and everything else you want to pile on that, because this world is messed up. So you keep smiling and you stay safe, like Judy says. You stay strong. And you keep positive. Keep that positivity going. For everyone, be positive. Get that negativity away. Be positive with yourself. If you can't, there's people out there to help you. Like I said, I'll see you next Tuesday, either at 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for our pre-show Tuesday, and with Judy Wednesday. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you. Take care, and bye-bye.